The win was illegitimate. We won. Violence was meted out on our people. From 37 A's were changed from the original ones to replaced ones. A lot of illegalities and a lot of election malpractices were practiced, and I do not recognize that win. Obviously, we will be looking at the next step because the will of the Homa Bay people have been subverted. Their will has not been respected because they voted for me overwhelmingly. The 10 years where Homa Bay was in ICU, it will continue for another 5 years. And the people of Homa Bay will not accept that.
We also understand, of course, Gladys Wanga'S was announced with 244,559 votes, while you came in second with 154,182 votes. Maybe according to a tally from your agents, what votes were you expecting?
Those are figments. I was expecting 225,000 votes, and that's what we got.
So maybe as at now, are you refuting what was
Absolutely,
announced?
absolutely.
And maybe what's the next course? You know, as at now, you're conducting a primary.
We are looking at, in the first place, we are grateful to God because He gave the Homa Bay people the opportunity to express their will. They were never allowed to do the nominations on the 14th of April. Somebody was appointed, and they're the ones who told me to stand. I stood, and they lived to their word. They voted for me, to the man and to the woman. They did what they could have done. What they're not going to accept is imposition of leaders as it was imposed on them during the nominations and in the past very many elections. So we will work. I will not abandon the Homa Bay people. I will work with them so that their rights are observed, so that their rights are respected, and the development they surely deserve, they get. So we'll do what it takes.
And maybe according to your tallies, out of the 8 constituencies that were tallied and of course verified by the poll board,
we won 6 sub-counties.
And maybe for your supporters who are currently watching you right now, what is your call to them?
My call to them is keep calm. I know the violence that has been meted out on them, not just during the election, the days of the election, but from before. I mean, this violence on them started last year in Homa Bay, in Kwabwai, in Rangwe, and the 3 days preceding the elections, goons were brought in, I don't know from where, but there were at least 200 goons in every sub-county. I know 2 people who died. Yeah? I know one young man who was hacked to death. I know another young man who was hacked to death. I know a number of people who are still in hospital. This is not how you treat people who vote for you. Finding people on the road and just hacking them, that's not how you treat people. And we will not allow such behavior to continue in Homa Bay. And I take issue with the police. We would report to the police and they would take no action. Police took sides. There's one OCPD Course K. We don't want to see him in Homa Bay. If the government can't remove him, we will remove him.
And of course, we understand also we also understand, of course, that the tallying, the whole tallying process at the county started a bit late, and of course you are raising concerns on that. Could that maybe be the
There are very many cases. I'll give you a case like a polling station. The original 37As in Fangano had won. Later on, after they were changed, I lost. In Rusinga, the original 37As, I won. The ones we were converted, which are not signed by my agents, I lost. So this happened all over. It happened in Kabondo, it happened in Kasipul, it happened in Dhiwa, it happened in here in Kochia, which is in Rangwe, where these thugs got in, found the returning officer, who they took from 37A TOR, and they came with their own from 37A and filled and made him to sign. From there, he went and reported to the police station. It's something you can check. There's a OB report in Rangwe of this particular malpractice. And not only that, it happened in Okota, it happened in in several polling stations in Diwa, and it happened in several polling stations in Karachuonyo. But for me, what makes me sad, I was the one who was running. There is no reason why somebody should have brought thugs and youths with machetes to cut people. As late as yesterday, after elections had ended 2 days ago, in Shauri Yako, people were being cut with pangas. Last night, people were still being cut with pangas at Shivling, near the supermarket in Homa Bay. Today morning, they were getting into matatus and removing people who they believe are my supporters. That's not right. The government should not allow it. And one Koske, we will settle it out with him. We will take the necessary legal actions as prescribed in any appeal process.
And maybe will you also be open maybe for negotiation?
Absolutely not. I can only negotiate with Homa Bay people. I represent the interests of the Homa Bay people, so the only person I can listen to are the Homa Bay people.
Mr. Kidero, for avoidance of doubt, I know you answered this, but in a more clearer way, you call this election fraud, mad irregularities, and electoral malpractices. The question then is, what is your next course of action for an election that you believe is mad with illegalities?
Actions are prescribed in law. We will follow what the law says where you're not satisfied with an election.
Are you saying you're going to court?
I think I've answered your question, that I will follow the law.
And of course, Dr. This, of course, situation could create...
and maybe to make it clearer, I will go to court.
And maybe are you calling for peace at the moment, maybe for your supporters?
Peace, we've always been very peaceful. We want our people to maintain peace. We do not want... You know, if it was a question of us reacting and also meting out violence, it would have been worse. But we've always maintained a stand of peace. That's why we are here, with pastors, with priests, to give thanks and basically to tell our people, keep calm, the issues will be redressed, and the right thing will be done, and the right results will be out.